Hi everybody. I haven't posted sorry for the dirt. I haven't posted like a video update of cross stitch in forever. So I figured I would show you the most recent projects that I have worked on. So we'll just start with the smallest, which I was taking to work. Was this Bucilla kit that I haven't worked on in forever. It's quite old, but it was something small that I could put in my purse to take to work while I waited to get picked up. I work in a bakery, so after work, because I don't have a vehicle that works, I would wait around until about 5 or so. So I actually had to, organize my threads a bit, but yeah. And I haven't gotten very far. I did a little bit up in here. This is new. And then I was working with this thread, doing some of the peach going this way because I was getting bored with the blue. So that is for that. And as you can tell, I park a lot. So the next thing I was doing, is Death by Cross Stitch, which is in the hoop right now. I don't really like this hoop, but it's the biggest one I've got at the moment. So, and this is done in a silk thread. I don't know, it's just a purple silk that I got off of Etsy. I actually got it in a giant hank, and this is a 40 count. Here you go, 40 count. Picture this plus ale, Zweigart linen. I'm doing it 1/2, and I have finished the first page except for like a little bit of back stitching stuff. And I'm moving up into, I say first page, my first page. This is actually the last page of the entire project, but I'm working up to kind of get around. There's a page, I think the page this way has where you can put in the date, and I don't want to do that yet because I'm not decided on when this is going to be finished, because it's just a gigantic project. But I did finish the first page, so this is just one I work on when I don't want to think about changing colors or something like that. So there's that. The next one that I've got ready to show is a Heaven and Earth design, which I've actually had on the go for quite some time. This is a QS Dragonfly. I don't have the actual picture right now, but I have finished 2 pages. I'm doing it on 18 count Ada to make the picture bigger. And this is a retired pattern. I can't remember I want to say it's Galbreth is the artist, and I have done the first 2, working on the third. Yes, I do stitch diagonally. I enjoy stitching diagonally on my Heaven and Earth full coverage pieces. I have 2 of them on the go right now, and you'll see the second one in just a moment. But I used to stitch cross country on Heaven and Earth as I started with this one, and it became too tedious, and I didn't like the way it was. As for this chart, the back of this chart or this fabric is very messy. Since this is like the first Heaven and Earth, you see how messy that is. The others that I've stitched on are not that messy anymore. Anyway, I do love this one. I'm almost done with it, and I have its sister chart as well, QS Believe, which is a butterfly. So there is that as well. And I'm just glad this one is getting closer to being finished, which makes me very happy. But this is stitched 2/1, and I do park, as you can tell, by all the threads. So there's that one. Now you see my scissors. I'm currently stitching on a Heaven and Earth. There's my box right now. I've only pulled the threads that I'm using for it. So my next full coverage piece, which I am actually stitching cross country, is not a Heaven and Earth, even though they did chart one. I found a I guess a dummy pattern of one. It's not Heaven and Earth. It didn't have that copyright on it. It was just probably one taken from a picture that somebody charted and did. But I fell in love with a Heaven and Earth, but they retired it and I can't find it, so I got this one instead. And I don't care if it'll come out blurry. This is Middle Earth Map, and I am stitching it cross country. There is a little bit of parking going on. I had a bit of problem with it. I'm using Easy PDF for the first time with this one to see how I like it. And I like it okay. I just can't unhighlight something that I've had to pick out, which kind of bothers me. So I'm having to be very careful. But I've already reached the width of this page and the height of it as well, which is kind of nice. I haven't finished up any of the colors yet, so that's kind of a bummer. I have a little bit of a tiff with this this pattern though. As you can see, some of the holes are like, I have unpicked so much throughout here. I didn't realize, since this is a restart of this pattern, I didn't realize that some of the symbols are very similar. And so I kind of messed up one of the symbols, and so when I picked it all out the next day, I was like, this is going in timeout. But then I pulled it out and I finished a 10 by 10 square. So that made me feel like I had more progress, which gave me these threads, which I'm gonna have to try to finish. But my goal is to at least do a 30 by 30 chunk of this page. Hopefully I will get over my little grudge with this piece right now and be able to do that. And also because this is like my break piece between doing all the blues and grays and blacks from my next piece that I'm working on, to start to do some browns and yellows and tans, which is kind of nice. So I flip-flop between this one and that when I get bored, if I still want to work on something full coverage. But there it is. This is a 18 count Ada. I think it's just some sort of tannishy off color, which I liked for the map part of it. So it's just a gigantic thing on. And right now I have recently put it on this large Q-snap because I can, when I stitch, I like to stitch two-handed versus one. It goes so much faster. But I can kind of prop it on my lap and stitch two-handed on this, which is very nice. Although I'm not used to this large Q-snap frame. I'm used to a smaller one of this size. But this size's little bars here are actually currently holding my Heaven and Earth that I'm currently working on today on a PVC frame that I made, which is a lap frame, a lap / table frame, which has two sizes. So let me show you that. So this is the Heaven and Earth that I'm currently working on. It is it shows up really cool. I didn't realize how neat this would show up. This is Water Dragon by Stokes. The large chart, not supersized. This is a regular chart. No, it's not a mini. I have finished the first page. Plus, like, I accidentally went down a little too far. But that's in the next page below. And I'm on to the second page, which I am, like I said, I stitched diagonally, which is very nice. It breaks up everything and it allows me to see more of the page being worked. But I do it over the page. I just have one more diagonal and I reach the corner of this page. So that'll be nice. And this is actually going into the archway at the top. If you've ever seen the Ann Stokes dragons, I love her dragons. I have this one. I have Dragonkin, Kindred Spirits, and Once Upon a Time. My goal is to have all of her dragons because I just love her dragons. This is a 25 count magic guide or easy count. And so I'm just working away on this one today. I was a little worried about all this blue to me when I'm stitching it, and it looks so much different on the camera. But when I've been stitching it, I can't tell, like, I want to be like, I'm so unsure about it because I feel like it's not going to make this stone archway. How is it going to make that when it's blue grays, teal grays, blue green, teal greens, you know, navies and black, and there's like this very little bit of gray in there. But I'm enjoying it. I've got this little light that I've just kind of, oops, that's kind of a mess. This little light right here that I've just kind of fixed to it right now. And I've got a needle minder, which I started putting on there. It's my smallest one, and it just kind of stays there for now. And like I said, I use a bobbin box, and I just pulled my threads that are being worked across the page. All my other threads are in a big old bag, and these are like the ones that, because there are many skeins of different ones, like this one and this one. See, there's another one of these right here, which I'll have to do something with that. Anyway, that is what it is. And of course, I've got like extra needle in here too, because I'm using size 26 needles. I like those, and I have like 3 sets of scissors. Because I don't ever flip my work. I do a pen stitch, which I think you can see right there. Right there. There's a pen stitch where I've ended a thread. I end and start my threads with a pen stitch. And you can see a few down here. Because you can stitch right over that and it won't show, and obviously it's not showing very much there, but I stitch right over them and don't have any issues, and I don't have to flip my frame or anything, which is not difficult. But actually, you can see it's PVC. I'm on the bigger one of it, but if I were to flip it and to do anything, I have an extra side of a different size, so I could actually flip it and use this size if I had a smaller, long, like, width pattern. I could use this size. And the good thing about it is that I forget who I watched, and they showed how to make this with the sizing and everything, but the Q-snaps fit on it. And it took like one evening to make this, and then I was just stitching away with it, and it's one of my favorite frames, actually. I just prop it up and use it. This is probably my favorite piece right now. stitched 1 over 1, which is what I'm wanting to do with all of my Heaven and Earth designs now. Oops. I have another one that I've bought the floss for, which is Mini Beloved. I can't remember the artist at the moment, but I don't have the fabric yet because I'm planning on I'll get the fabric once I get through QS Dragonfly, and then I'll stitch that one, which will go on either 28 Magic Guide or probably on 25 Easy Count, because I just love the detail. It's so pretty. Anywho, I will leave this with you. This is all of my current whips that I've been working on. I have plenty others that are just languishing in the back, as well as like several kits that just are not opened yet for discussion. Hopefully I will get through some other things after I finish this page. I'm hoping to pull out a smaller pattern which just has a little bit left to do and finish that, and then I can either pull this back out or pull out one of the other small charts that I have that need to get some stitches put into it. I tend to be a person who stitches whatever I fancy at that moment. If I'm really wanting to stitch something, I keep going with it. Not necessarily a monogamous stitcher, but with this piece I tend to want to just stitch this. So I am going across, like I'm moving this way, and then I'll come down and move this way. I don't know why. I just wanted to. Anyway, I'm going to get a close-up so you can see some of the colors, because there's all the black and the blue, and it's so gorgeous. There's some purples and real greens and blues right now. See, this is how I see it. Then when I back up and you guys see it, it's like, it's amazing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's my favorite so far. Anywho, I will let you guys go now and get this posted onto my YouTube channel, which I haven't done in forever, but getting it up now. Alright, I will see you guys in like another maybe month and a half, and that way you might be able to see more progress. Hopefully this page will be finished. Maybe that page on Middle Earth will be finished. Here's to hoping, right? Bye.